The entire WWE universe is in absolute chaos right now. And when I say chaos, I'm not exaggerating one bit. Because what just happened is something no one thought would ever happen in our lifetime. Seth freakin' Rollins, the man who carried this company through some of its darkest times, the man who broke his back night after night, literally bleeding for this business, the man who has been the face of Monday Night Raw for years, is gone. Stripped of his championship, contract, terminated, wiped from WWE's active roster page. And the way Triple H delivered the news was cold. Ice cold. This wasn't a dramatic, drawn-out storyline. This wasn't some kayfabe injury or retirement angle. No, this was real. And the look on Triple H's face as he stood in the middle of that ring told us everything. This was not how he wanted this to go down, but something forced his hand. Now, here's the thing that's sending the internet into a frenzy. No one saw this coming. Not the fans. Not the locker room. Not even Rollins himself, if backstage whispers are to be believed. Reports from multiple inside sources are saying that Seth was called into an emergency meeting earlier this week at WWE headquarters. No cameras. No PR team. Just him, Triple H, Nick Khan, and a stack of legal documents. And when Seth walked out of that room, he didn't have his championship belt. He didn't have a contract. And from the look on his face as he stormed out of the building, he didn't have a clue what had just hit him. The questions started flooding in instantly. Why? What happened? Was this some kind of power play from the higher-ups? Or did Seth Rollins do something so unforgivable that WWE had no choice but to erase him? And before the official statement even dropped, the internet detectives were already hard at work. Some fans pointed to Seth's recent social media posts where he didn't exactly hold back his feelings about WWE's creative direction. There were subtle shots at booking decisions, cryptic messages about loyalty and respect, and even a few tweets that people now believe were aimed directly at Triple H himself. Others think it's way deeper than that. Because just last month, Rollins was spotted having dinner in Orlando with a few major names from AEW. Now, normally, this wouldn't set off alarms. Wrestlers are friends, they eat together, no big deal. But here's where it gets suspicious. Two of those AEW names. They're currently in heated contract negotiations with Tony Khan, and WWE has been actively trying to sign them. So, was Seth helping AEW instead? Was he passing information? Was he, in WWE's eyes, committing the ultimate betrayal? Then came the official WWE announcement. A short, clinical press release. Effective immediately, Seth Rollins has been stripped of his WWE World Heavyweight Championship and released from his contract. We wish him the best in his future endeavors. No explanation. No details. Just those cold, final words. The arena crowd found out minutes later when Triple H came out on Raw, and you could feel the shockwave. Half the fans were booing. Half were screaming, "What?" over and over. And when Triple H said, "This decision was not made lightly, but Seth Rollins left us no choice," the arena erupted in chaos. Cameras caught Damian Priest, who was set to face Rollins at SummerSlam, looking absolutely stunned backstage. Becky Lynch, nowhere to be found, and insiders say she immediately left the building before the show even ended. Backstage after the announcement, chaos. Multiple sources say several top stars stormed into the executive offices demanding answers. One person even claimed that Drew McIntyre slammed a chair against the wall yelling, "If it can happen to Seth, it can happen to any of us." Morale shattered. The locker room suddenly felt like enemy territory. No one knew who they could trust. And then, the leaks began. First, a well-known wrestling journalist tweeted, "WWE officials believe Seth Rollins breached his contract in a major way. Details coming." Within an hour, the whispers got louder. Apparently, Seth had been secretly negotiating a deal outside of WWE, and not just with AEW. There's talk of Hollywood offers, high-paying international bookings, and even a role in a major Netflix action series that would have required him to miss months of WWE TV. The real kicker. Some insiders are claiming he was using WWE's current storylines to set himself up for a huge payoff somewhere else. Triple H allegedly saw this as a betrayal of the brand. And for a company that thrives on loyalty, that's unforgivable. But not everyone's buying the official spin. Several close friends of Rollins are calling this a setup, saying this is less about a contract breach and more about a personal power struggle. One source close to the situation told me, "Seth had heat with a top exec. That's all I'll say. This isn't about contracts. This is about ego." And while fans are arguing online, Becky Lynch posted a single, chilling Instagram story, black background, white text. "You'll know the truth soon enough." That post, gone in under 10 minutes. But screenshots. They're everywhere. By the time night fell, the internet wasn't just talking about Seth Rollins, it was dissecting every frame of his last appearance. Clips of Seth's final WWE promo were going viral, with fans pointing out how he kept glancing off camera, almost like he was looking for someone's approval or warning. Then the real bombshell hit. A fan account leaked what they claim was an internal memo from WWE corporate. It reads, effective immediately, all references to Seth Rollins are to be removed from WWE programming, marketing, and social platforms. Any content featuring Rollins is to be edited or replaced. This includes Peacock archives where applicable. Peacock archives. Do you know how serious it has to be for WWE to start scrubbing history? This is Vince McMahon scandal level damage control. Theories started popping up like wildfire. Theory number 1. Seth was planning to walk out live on air and bury the company in front of millions. Theory number 2. He got caught leaking creative plans to an outside promotion. Theory number 3. This is all an elaborate work, an inside storyline to shake up the industry. But here's the thing. Fans started digging through footage from earlier in the week. And in a backstage clip, you can clearly hear Seth saying to another wrestler, after Sunday, I'm done playing their game. Not taking a break. Not done for now. Done playing their game. Add to that, a high-level insider claimed that Seth and Triple H had a screaming match during a private meeting, loud enough that people in the hallway could hear Seth yell, "You're just as bad as Vince." That's personal. And remember, this all happened just hours before WWE went public with the termination. Coincidence? Or the final straw? Meanwhile, Becky Lynch has gone completely silent. No tweets. No Instagram posts. No public appearances. For someone who's normally outspoken, her silence is screaming louder than words. By the next morning, WWE thought they had things under control. They'd pulled Seth from the website, erased his merch, and even had commentators pretend he never existed. But if they thought the fans were just gonna accept it, they were dead wrong. The hashtag Justice for Rollins movement exploded overnight. Within hours, it was trending number 1 worldwide, above politics, sports, even celebrity gossip. Wrestling Twitter became an all-out war zone. Fans started editing old WWE posters to put Seth front and center, tagging WWE in every single one. People were posting clips of his best matches with captions like, "You can erase him from your site, but not from our memories." And then came the ultimate act of rebellion. At a SmackDown taping that week, a huge chunk of the crowd showed up wearing homemade Seth Rollins merch. We're talking Sharpie-drawn logos, DIY, burn it down, shirts, even a giant banner that read, "We want Seth." Security tried to confiscate it, but the second they did, fans started chanting, "Rollins, Rollins, Rollins," live, on camera. WWE couldn't mute it fast enough. At this point, it wasn't just about Seth anymore. It became a symbol, a middle finger to the idea that WWE could just delete a wrestler from existence. Then, late that night, something happened that made the internet lose its mind. Seth Rollins posted a single cryptic tweet. No words. Just a black and white photo of him standing in an empty wrestling ring, wearing a hoodie, with the caption, "Not done." No hashtags. No mentions. Just those 2 words. And that's when the real chaos began, because within 30 minutes, AEW's official account liked the tweet. The second AEW liked Seth's tweet, the internet basically exploded. Fan theories were flying faster than a Kenny Omega v trigger. Some swore it was a tease for Seth jumping ship. Others thought it was mind games, a way to pressure WWE into bringing him back. Either way, one thing was certain. Seth Rollins wasn't staying silent anymore. 2 days later, Seth went live on Instagram. It was midnight. No flashy intro. No filter. Just him in a dimly lit room, hoodie up, looking dead into the camera. "You think you can erase me? You think you can take away what I built? Nah, I am professional wrestling. And I'm not going anywhere." He didn't name WWE. He didn't mention AEW. But every word dripped with venom. Meanwhile, AEW started fanning the flames. During Dynamite that week, the crowd started chanting, "Burn it down." Out of nowhere, and the camera just so happened to cut to Tony Khan smiling. But WWE wasn't letting this go unanswered. On the next episode of Raw, Roman Reigns came out with the undisputed title and dropped a line that had the whole arena gasping. "Some people don't have what it takes to be part of the island. They'd rather run their mouths online than show up and fight." It wasn't subtle. It was a direct shot. By this point, the fans were frothing. Every tweet, every promo, every rumor, felt like a breadcrumb leading to something massive. And then, out of nowhere, WrestleMania season hit. And AEW announced a mystery signing for their biggest show of the year. They didn't name him. They didn't show him. Just a silhouette, standing in a ring, with a microphone, and the faintest sound of boots stomping on the mat. The internet lost its mind.